What is going on, guys? It is great to see you. Today's date is October 23rd, 2020. My name is Ryan Williams and we are back with another video. As I'm sure most of you already know, the third and final presidential debate of this year's election season took place last night. You know, it's always interesting seeing these two together on stage, and last night when I was watching the debate, I picked up on a few things that were mentioned that I think could have some effect on a few pharmaceutical stocks, which we'll cover, and something else that I think could have a pretty substantial effect on the oil industry, which we'll also cover. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, so the first couple of questions from last night's debate were on the topic of the you-know-what. And at one point, the moderator asked President Trump about the status of the vaccines, and she inquired about which companies were involved in making them. In his answer, President Trump says this.
There are two companies, I think, within a matter of weeks, and it will be distributed very quickly.
Can you tell us which companies?
Johnson & Johnson is doing very well, Moderna is doing very well, Pfizer is doing very well, and we have numerous others.
All right, so what exactly does this mean for those few stocks that were mentioned, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, and Pfizer? Well, if their vaccine trials continue to show progress and they're able to roll them out on Trump's timeline, then we may actually see some growth in these stocks before the end of the year. I mean, even just today and yesterday, these stocks saw some action. Yesterday, Moderna jumped up 3.5%, while Pfizer is currently seeing a 1.7% gain, and Johnson & Johnson isn't up a lot right now, but earlier today it was up by about 1.3%. So, you know, hopefully we'll see it get there before the end today and before the week ends and the market closes. Now, I don't currently have any shares of Moderna, but I do have a Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer, and I do believe that these will be great long-term stocks to buy and hold. Anyway, on a similar note, according to a Wall Street Journal article published yesterday, Gilead's remdesivir just got approved by the FDA, and their stock jumped by about 8% in after hours and is up by about 1.6% so far today. Anyway, guys, we'll see what happens with some of these pharmaceutical stocks, but right now things are looking pretty up for them. So, all right, guys, now moving on to the next point. Somewhere towards like the very end of the debate, Vice President Biden was asked pretty point blank if he would shut down the oil industry. And here's what he said. Let's take a look at the clip.
Would you close down the oil
By
industry?
the way, I would transition from the oil industry, yes.
Oh,
I will
that's
transition.
a big statement.
It is a big statement.
That's a
because
big statement.
I would stop.
Why would you do that?
Because the oil industry pollutes significantly.
Oh, I see.
And here's the deal. But
That's
you
a
can't
big
do
statement.
that. Well, if you let me finish the statement, because it has to be replaced by renewable energy over time, And I'd stop giving to the oil industry, I'd stop giving them federal subsidies.
So according to this clip, Biden's plan upon becoming president would be to transition out of using fossil fuels and natural gas as energy and using more renewable sources like electric, wind, solar. But the question is here, what would happen to some of these big energy, big oil companies and their stocks like Chevron, Shell, and ExxonMobil? And the unfortunate thing about these stocks as it is that they've been taking a beating for quite a while now. I mean, just in the last 5 years, Chevron is down by about 19.5%, Shell is down by almost 54%, and ExxonMobil is down by about 58%. And you know what? All these stocks pay great dividends as well. I mean, Chevron is currently paying like a 7% dividend. Wow. Shell is paying about 5%, which isn't too shabby. And then Exxon is coming in at a whopping 9.98% dividend. Now, if Biden ends up becoming president, you know, according to what he said in the clip, that would without a doubt send these stocks deeper into the red, possibly even killing those killer dividends. And I'll tell you what, if this becomes the case, these companies are going to have to make some pretty drastic transitional moves to be able to keep up with the program. All right, guys, real quick, I just wanted to share one kind of interesting tidbit I learned when I was researching this video. So apparently Kodak, like the photography company, is now transitioning into pharmaceuticals. I definitely did not see that one coming. I will link that article in the description below in case you guys want to check it out. All right, guys, well, that pretty much wraps this one up. Thank you so much for taking the time to come watch this video. I hope you got something out of it. And before I sign off, do me a favor real quick. If you own any of the stocks that we've talked about today, please leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think's gonna happen to some of these bad boys. I'm super curious. All right, well, that's all I got for you guys, and I will get out of your hair now. Once again, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.